Welcome to another Faith-Free Family Moment. It's always a joy to be with you and just pray that some way we stay connected. And so maybe this is a vehicle we can continue to do that. And it's hard not being able to sit down with you. I long to shepherd and just be with you and pray with you. And I know I can do that via technology, but I got to be honest, it clearly is not the same for me. My heart just longs to be with you, my brothers and sisters. And I just pray that what I share in these moments hopefully is encouraging. We've talked Monday and yesterday about fresh starts and how Jesus, and because of his power, he can give a fresh start. And I'm just so appreciative of the practicality. Yesterday we talked about Mary Magdalene, how she needed a fresh start. And she needed a fresh start in her life in practical, tangible ways, but specifically from fear. We're introduced to another character who's not new to you, but he certainly needed a fresh start. His name's Peter. Let's read Mark chapter 16, verse 1 through 7. We read, when the Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome brought spices so that they might go and anoint him. And very early on the first day of the week, when the sun had risen, they went to the tomb. And they were saying to one another, who will roll away the stone for us from the entrance of the tomb? And looking up, they saw that the stone had been rolled back. It was very large. And entering the tomb, they saw a young man sitting on the right side, dressed in a white robe, and they were alarmed. And he said to them, do not be alarmed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him? But go tell his disciples, and listen to this little nugget, verse 7, and Peter, that he is going before you to Galilee. And Peter. That's interesting to me. Why? Why would the scriptures highlight Peter as someone who specifically needs to be sought out? Well, some of you might know Peter's history. He hasn't had a really billboard history of success. You clearly could say Peter was a failure up to this point. He failed Jesus so many times. He denied him 3 times. Peter was always rash. He got his mouth, got him in trouble. But you know that Peter on Saturday especially was feeling like a complete failure. He wasn't at the cross. All he's left with the memories of mistakes. You can relate to that, can't you? I sure have regrets in my life. I look back, and if I was honest, there's people I didn't love like I should have, and people I hurt. And I have regrets, and so do you. There are failures in our lives of things we should have done that we didn't, things we did we shouldn't. And our lives can be marked by failure. So was Peter's. And Jesus ministered to him. This stubborn, quick-tempered failure in his own eyes felt the sting of failure on a regular basis, especially during that weekend, and I imagine his whole life. And it occupies much of his thoughts as it does ours. We know what it is to confess our failures to God. Not 3 times like Peter. I know it's been a whole lot more than 3 times, but 7, 8 times. In some cases, it's the same failure we're really wrestling with. We need deliverance from. And we can relate to Peter. The good news of Easter message, good news of the resurrection is Jesus can give us a fresh start from failure. Look what he does with Peter. We know in John 21, Jesus shows up on the beach. And in the process of speaking with Peter, he turns painful moments from Peter's past into precious memories. As Jesus ministers to him and in an intimate relationship, begins that process of restoring Peter from great failure. We know from John 21, which I really encourage you to read, Peter comes to shore, but he says nothing. And Jesus makes it very personal by renewing the relationship and renewing Peter's passion. Peter's able to give 3 declarations of love to Jesus, in a sense, to heal the 3 denials. And Jesus allowed him that. Peter was never the same. The resurrected Christ gave him a fresh start. And I know you might need a fresh start from failure today. Jesus is here, and he offers you a fresh start. He says, come to me, all you are heavy laden, and I'll give you rest. Come to Jesus. You can confess your failures, and you can walk out from times of prayer. You can walk out with great confidence in the promises of God that the power of the resurrected Christ is yours. And he delivers those who fail. He delivers failures. and to those who are restored and victors. Have a blessed day, everybody.